Lately, I've seen a lot of questions in Spark AR communities about the tracking modes of planeTracker. People asking if it is possible to track vertical planes and stuff. So I set up a simple project to show how we can do it even at runtime. Here we have a planeTracker within a Pokeball. The Pokeball has two animations, one for position and another one for rotation. I added some icons for the picker options. Remember to check no compression in these image configurations, since they will be used on UI Picker. So, first of all, go to Capabilities on Project Properties, add the Touch Gestures capability, and enable the Tap gesture, since we're going to access it from script. Let's add a new script. The first thing to do is get rid of these comments and keep just the scene module here. We'll start importing some modules that we're going to use to achieve this. What we're going to do is use the NativeUI picker to switch between the tracking modes on planeTracker. Let's add the Touch Gestures module to reset the planeTracker origin. I'll get deeper into that later. The NativeUI module so we can set up the NativeUI picker. And finally the Textures module to load the icons for our picker. Okay. Now we can start by caching the planeTracker and the picker icons on variables. Also, we'll set up a NativeUI picker. This is the default setup process available in the documentation. Okay. Now that we have our picker set up, let's debug it by logging the index variable. Let's just quickly add diagnostics here. Back to Spark, we go to console and start to select the items on our picker. Okay, index value 1, 2, 3, and 0. Nice. In capabilities again, make sure we enable the picker in the NativeUI capability, because sometimes it just doesn't get enabled by itself. Right, now on script, let's just add a new function. In this function, every time we tap the screen, the planeTracker will reset its origin to the tap location. This way, we can reposition our content on different planes with different levels and distances. This is a little tricky because it doesn't work on Spark Editor, but I can assure you that it works on production. Now let's add some conditions to select the tracking modes using our index new value property. So here comes the magic. In order to change the tracking mode, we have to modify the tracking mode property of planeTracker to one of the valid tracking mode's options. The options are enumerators located inside the scene module. So, as we already has the scene module loaded here, we can use this reference to access these enumerators. Now we go scene.trackingMode. Pay a lot of attention here, because the tracking mode property on planeTracker uses a camel case pattern, while the tracking mode enumerator on scene module uses Pascal case pattern. Pascal case is a convention to naming variables, where the first letter of every word in the name is uppercase, while in camel case, the first letter of the first word is lowercase, and the first letter of every subsequent words are uppercase. Make sure you don't make this mistake. Now we can fill this with the options available here on the documentation. We put plane here, that is the full horizontal plane, vertical plane, moving object, and the last one, arbitrary depth. So now every time we change the option in the picker, we will alternate the tracking mode on the planeTracker. With everything set up, let's see the result on Instagram preview. Here we have the preview with the full horizontal plane behavior. And as you can see with the tab, I can reset the tracked point and reset the origin of our planeTracker. Now, when we select the vertical option in the picker, the tracker gets a little lost at first. But as soon we tap on a vertical surface, it tracks this new surface and positions our AR content on it. And even my monitor can be tracked. Now, let's just see the moving object option. This is my favorite one. Let's just put it on my hand. Here it is, moving along with it. We can use any object around us. Here, let's try with my mouse. And finally, we have arbitrary depth. I'm not 100% sure about this one, but guessing from my other experiences, arbitrary depth tracks a point, no matter the orientation, although here the behavior is a little bit messy. Well, that's it. Hope you enjoy and create lots of fun filters with this.